Under the moonlit sky, the protagonist stands with determination, clutching a sword as her uniform is torn and tattered. Her breath comes in heavy huffs, evidence of a recent struggle. Despite the damage, her resolve remains unbroken as she faces the glowing orbs ahead. The protagonist stands tense, facing a menacing Tsuchigumo, its chittering echoing ominously. Her mind races as she acknowledges the dire situation, realizing the grave mistake of underestimating the threat. Despite the overwhelming odds, her grip on the sword tightens, ready to confront the monstrous foe. The protagonist struggles with the effects of a powerful demonic poison, her spirit power divided between purifying it and maintaining her weakened attacks. Her arms feel numb, making it impossible to lift her sword. As she surveys the scene, she realizes the spider web is filled with human victims, confirming the Tsuchigumo's role in the recent disappearances. Desperation sets in as she acknowledges her companion's incapacitation and the urgent need to act. With defiance burning in her eyes, the protagonist declares her refusal to become the Tsuchigumo's prey. She channels her remaining strength, unleashing a powerful attack that erupts in a brilliant explosion. The air crackles with energy as she stands her ground, determined to turn the tide of battle. The protagonist stands amidst the fiery aftermath of her attack, initially believing she has succeeded. However, shock overtakes her as the monstrous Tsuchigumo emerges unscathed, its menacing eyes fixed on her. Realization dawns that her talisman failed, leaving her vulnerable and desperate for a new plan. The protagonist crashes to the ground, pain coursing through her body as she struggles to regain her footing. Her vision blurs, and desperation fills her thoughts as the Tsuchigumo looms closer, its monstrous form dripping with menace. Determined not to succumb, she urges herself to move, refusing to let this be her end. Amidst the chaos, a figure stands perplexed, questioning why they were sent back home in such an odd place. The protagonist, still overwhelmed by the looming threat, urgently shouts for them to run away. Confusion and urgency collide as she notices the figure's pristine uniform, a stark contrast to the dire situation. The protagonist cries out in pain as the Tsuchigumo lunges with terrifying force. Meanwhile, a new figure, bewildered by the chaos, wonders aloud if they are cursed, lamenting the trouble that greets them upon their return. With a dismissive glance, another character remarks on the annoyance of the situation, exuding a calm and confident demeanor amidst the turmoil. Amidst the chaos, a powerful spirit barrier deflects the Tsuchigumo's attack with ease. The confident figure, unfazed, smirks and dismisses the assault as weak. Meanwhile, the protagonist looks on in shock, still reeling from the intensity of the situation. The protagonist, still on edge, watches as the Tsuchigumo retreats with a flurry of movement. A concerned figure approaches, asking if she is all right, while she remains crouched. Her expression a mix of surprise and relief. Bewildered, she exclaims at the incredible speed of the events unfolding around her. The protagonist, visibly worn and damaged, confesses to being in poor condition, explaining the Tsuchigumo's full-force assault. A concerned ally inquires about her ability to continue fighting, while another character, intrigued, asks if she is an exorcist. With a hint of mystery, the ally responds with a cryptic affirmation, leaving the protagonist surprised. A mysterious figure stands confidently, wielding a unique talisman that exudes powerful energy. The protagonist, still reeling from the recent chaos, watches in awe and confusion. Who the heck is this guy? She wonders, captivated by the stranger's enigmatic presence and the unfamiliar talisman in his grasp. Amidst the chaos, the protagonist is astounded as the mysterious figure effortlessly blocks the Tsuchigumo's relentless attacks. Her eyes widen in disbelief, questioning how many exorcists could muster such a powerful defense. The air crackles with energy as the talisman glows, holding back the monstrous force with unwavering strength. The protagonist, feeling uncertain, admits her inability to use offensive spirit arts, leaving her companion to reassure her with a confident smile. He acknowledges his limitations but remains determined, suggesting that taking down the enemy is within reach. Meanwhile, another ally tends to a fallen comrade, promising a full recovery with a mysterious touch of the talisman, leaving everyone in suspense. The protagonist is astonished as the pain and poison vanish from her body, leaving her in disbelief. Her companion, with a determined look, entrusts the task of settling scores to her. Confident in her newfound strength, grateful, she acknowledges his support, ready to face the challenges ahead. With a fierce battle cry, the protagonist unleashes a powerful attack, 6 flowers, slicing through the monstrous foe with precision. Her companion urges her on, his confidence unwavering as they strike together. The enemy is overwhelmed, caught in the relentless assault. as our hero's newfound strength shines through. With unwavering determination, the protagonist unleashes her next powerful attack, Waterfall, slicing through the air with ferocity. Her blade cuts through the monstrous foe, the force of her strike creating a torrent of energy. The enemy reels under the relentless assault, as her newfound strength continues to shine. Amidst the chaos, the protagonist stands resolute, her blade dripping with the remnants of her powerful attack. A grateful survivor calls out, expressing deep gratitude for being saved. As the dust settles, a bystander acknowledges her prowess, eager to learn the name of such a formidable exorcist. Amidst the aftermath, the protagonist hesitates before revealing her name, Kyugoku Nagisa. Surprising those around her, the bystander, taken aback, realizes she belongs to one of the most powerful families. Despite her lineage, Nagisa humbly downplays the significance, showing her modest nature. Nagisa stands face to face with Hashimori Shinya, who acknowledges her lineage with a hint of familiarity. Shinya's reputation precedes him, known as a failure within the esteemed Hashimori family. Nagisa, taken aback, processes the weight of his words, as the legacy of Exorcist looms large between them. Nagisa stands amidst swirling petals, her expression thoughtful as the narrative unfolds around her. The panel describes the 6 powerful families known for their mastery in spirit arts, highlighting the Kyugoku family's unparalleled prowess. Yet, it is the Hashimori family that is revered as the strongest, a legacy that looms over both Nagisa and Shinya. 15 years ago, twin brothers were born into the Hashimori family. The older brother possessed immense spirit power, surpassing first-rate exorcists by the age of 12. However, the younger brother, despite being a legitimate Hashimori, was born with a defect that prevented him from using offensive spirit arts, limiting his abilities to only supporting techniques. The younger Hashimori brother, burdened with labels like useless and defective, is stigmatized by his family and the exorcist community. Despite this, Nagisa challenges these perceptions, questioning why someone capable of powerful techniques should be deemed a failure. Her words hang in the air, offering a glimmer of hope and understanding. In a world beyond his own, the protagonist reflects on the perilous journey that honed his formidable skills. Facing death daily, he fulfilled a crucial role alongside the hero, aiding in the defeat of the demon lord. His newfound power is a testament to the trials he survived in that other realm. In a reflective moment, the protagonist recalls the 5 years spent in a world plagued by the demon lord. Despite the challenges, he acknowledges the necessity of his presence, as the world would have perished without his intervention. With the mission complete, he seeks confirmation of his return, hoping to go back to his original world. The protagonist stands resolute, expressing indifference as long as he can return home. He acknowledges having no place in this world and trusts that his companions will manage without him. An enigmatic figure offers a service, promising to send him back to his original world, rejuvenated and mere minutes after his departure. The protagonist stands confidently, acknowledging the potential loss of power upon returning to his original world. He reassures his companions that he can always train again, showing his determination. As gratitude is expressed for his role as a guardian, he reflects on his growth from a shy individual to a formidable protector. The protagonist exchanges a final farewell with the enigmatic figure, who humorously remarks on the rarity of a god's gratitude. Despite the playful banter, the protagonist remains unfazed, expressing indifference to others' opinions. With a confident smile, he bids goodbye, ready to return to his world. The protagonist walks confidently through a forest, reflecting on his indifference to his reputation and the futility of arguing with everyone. Memories of his companions flash through his mind, reminding him of the profound transformation he underwent during the 5-year journey. With a sense of resolve, he acknowledges he is no longer the person he once was. The protagonist reflects on the battles faced in the other world, acknowledging that each challenge has forged him into a stronger individual. As a fierce dragon looms in the background, memories of comrades and intense encounters flood his mind. With a serene smile, he dismisses any lingering doubts, confident in the strength he's gained. As the protagonist walks through the moonlit forest, he reflects on his newfound confidence. A girl, with a determined expression, calls out to him, questioning his desire to keep their shared victory a secret. He responds with humility, acknowledging his perceived failure and questioning why someone of her status would need his help, while she wonders about his motivations. The protagonist stands confidently, dismissing the girl's concern about repaying him. He insists that he didn't save her for any reward, but simply acted on his own instincts. She listens intently, while he assures her that his reputation remains unchanged and her silence would be the best repayment. The protagonist, with a casual wave, assures the girl that there's no need to worry as he prepares to leave. She promises to report the incident as requested, while he confidently states he can handle the rest alone. As she calls out his name with a hint of concern, he dismisses it with a simple farewell, leaving her to ponder his words. The girl stands resolute, her gaze firm as she reflects on the protagonist's unchanged nature. Meanwhile, the protagonist towers over a defeated opponent, feeling a sense of boredom at the ease of his victory. The defeated foe, defiant despite his position, warns of the powerful backing they possess, but the protagonist remains unfazed. The protagonist stands confidently, questioning the defeated foe about a new gang. The opponent, still defiant, reveals that their boss is recruiting, hinting at an opportunity for the protagonist. Unfazed, our hero listens, intrigued by the prospect of meeting this mysterious leader. As the protagonist stands amidst swirling shadows, a figure emerges, questioning his solitary actions. The newcomer, referred to as boss, reveals their shared plan to gather people for sacrifices, a chilling reminder of their dark intentions. Our hero listens intently, his expression unreadable, as the gravity of the situation unfolds. In the dimly lit alley, the protagonist stands firm, unfazed by the ominous barrier that ensures no help will come. His adversary taunts him, questioning his resolve and mocking his bloodlust. Unperturbed, our hero listens as the sinister figure acknowledges the potential use of those deemed expendable, hinting at their dark plans. The protagonist, with a sly grin, contemplates the offer of supervision, intrigued by the unfolding dynamics. Meanwhile, a sinister figure discusses the daunting task of gathering 108 sacrifices, acknowledging the challenge but deeming it necessary. As tension builds, another character, visibly anxious, is coerced towards an ominous destination called Anbis. The ominous figure stands confidently, eyes filled with determination, as they vow to eradicate their enemies, with a chilling promise of revenge. They declare that soon the curtain will rise on their dark plans. The air is thick with foreboding as shadows gather, hinting at the sinister intentions of this group of darkness. The protagonist stands confidently amidst chaos, unfazed by the monstrous creatures lunging at him. With a smirk, he reflects on his return, acknowledging the relentless challenges. The air is tense as the battle erupts without warning, but our hero remains undeterred. In ancient times, when the boundary between the human world and the realm of darkness was fragile, special beings known as Onmyoji protected humanity by reading the stars. As the war against darkness intensified, a new group, the Exorcists, emerged, mastering combat and ushering in their golden age while the Onmyoji faded into history. Amidst the aftermath of chaos, investigators discuss the grim discovery of survivors used as live food by the Tsuchigumo. Nearby, a young woman stands out, her presence commanding respect as whispers identify her as a specialist in hunting yokai. Hailing from the esteemed Kayagaku family, despite her unassuming appearance, her reputation precedes her, marking her as a formidable force against the darkness. The young woman reports the successful completion of her mission, noting that while there were no casualties, one of her companions sustained minor injuries. She receives instructions to take on a new case, while the cleanup is left to another. As she contemplates the handover, whispers of skepticism about a promising newcomer from a branch family linger in the air. The young woman receives her next assignment over the phone, acknowledging the instructions with a quiet, understood. Despite her success, she reflects on the lack of recognition from her father, who views her accomplishments as merely expected. While her achievements will be credited to her brother, she resigns herself to keeping her efforts a secret, wishing only to express her gratitude. The young woman reflects on a recent encounter that left her flustered and without contact information for the person who helped her. Despite feeling embarrassed and questioning her own usefulness, she resolves to remember the day vividly. Determined, she clutches a paper, confident that she has a way to find him again. The young woman confidently summons her familiar, the Lord of the White Wings. With a commanding gesture, holding the small creature gently, she contemplates her next move, determined to repay a debt. With a hint of playfulness, she considers the task ahead, guided by the familiar's spiritual power. The young woman releases her familiar into the evening sky, commanding it to track down the person she seeks. As the creature flies off with a cheerful acknowledgement, she ponders the best way to express her gratitude. Considering the importance of a personal touch, she contemplates what gift would be appropriate to thank him, mindful of his schedule. As the city lights twinkle in the night, the young woman feels a surge of excitement, her heart racing with anticipation. Meanwhile, a figure inside a bustling restaurant savors a delicious meal, exclaiming its incredible taste with unrestrained enthusiasm. The vibrant energy of the city mirrors their shared eagerness, setting the stage for the events to come. Amidst the lively chatter of the restaurant, the young man savors every bite of his meal, marveling at the incredible taste of the rice. With a satisfied grin, he orders another jumbo serving, relishing the flavors absent in the other world. Reflecting on the experience, he muses about how others would be astounded by such simple yet exquisite cuisine. As he strolls through the bustling city streets, the young man reflects on the whims of fate that brought him here. He considers the randomness of his return, thankful he wasn't sent somewhere unfamiliar or isolated. With a wry smile, he blames the god for his predicament and muses on how his physical abilities have diminished. Our hero reflects on his spiritual power, noting it's unchanged from the other world but still higher than before he was summoned. He recalls testing his abilities on an evil spirit, confirming he can still use all the spirit arts he learned, including purification, defense, and barriers. Despite his proficiency, he laments his emission-type abilities remain weak, wishing he could convert his spiritual power into different elements. Our hero walks confidently under the moonlit sky, contemplating the spirit talismans he brought from the other world. He acknowledges their significant impact, feeling empowered and ready to test his abilities gradually. With a newfound sense of acceptance and the advantage of starting over at 15, he decides it's time to head home and rest. Our hero stands under the moonlit sky, a sense of liberation washing over him. He reflects on the arduous journey to defeat the Demon King, feeling the weight of past battles lift. With a newfound freedom, he acknowledges the apologies of a companion, his heart set on the path ahead. In the midst of a fierce battle, our hero stands resolute alongside his trusted companions. The air crackles with energy as they unleash a power beyond imagination, their determination unwavering. In this pivotal moment, he reflects on the strength they have gained together, united in purpose. Our hero stands in contemplation, acknowledging the extraordinary nature of his power and its disconnect from the world. As he reflects on being summoned and feeling out of place, a sense of regret surfaces for leaving without a proper farewell. His thoughts linger on the absence of belonging, yet he accepts the path he's chosen. In the soft morning light, our hero lies awake, contemplating the weight of his journey. His hand reaches out, a silent promise lingering in the air. With a determined gaze, he entrusts the future to those who will continue the fight, knowing the rest is in their hands. As the sun rises, our hero leans on the balcony, marveling at the morning he hasn't seen in 5 years. A sudden noise interrupts his thoughts, prompting him to wonder who could be visiting so early. With a playful grin, he muses about indulging in a hearty breakfast, savoring the simple pleasures of life. A lively confrontation unfolds as a spirited girl bursts into the room, scolding our hero for his tardiness. She insists he get up immediately. Despite his protests about her room being so close, her determination is unwavering, as she emphasizes the value of a precious day off, leaving him both amused and bewildered. The spirited girl, full of confidence, declares herself the greatest prodigy of the Hino clan, offering to train our hero. Despite her enthusiasm, he declines her offer with a polite but firm refusal. Her lively persistence seems to amuse him, even as he tries to escape her exuberant demands. Chaos erupts as the spirited girl pounds on the door, demanding it be opened immediately. Our hero, caught off guard, protests loudly, questioning the absurdity of the situation. Her relentless energy is met with his bewildered resistance, as he struggles to comprehend the unexpected turn of events. Akane Hino, brimming with energy, shouts insistently, demanding attention. Despite her fiery demeanor, the protagonist reflects on her as a top practitioner of the Hino clan and acknowledges her good heart. Her relentless spirit, though overwhelming, is met with a mix of admiration and exasperation. Akane's eyes well up with tears as she pleads with our hero, questioning if he truly intends to ignore her. Her emotional outburst is met with his internal acknowledgement of her persistent nature and the realization that her pushiness might be her way of caring. Despite his day off, he finds himself caught in her whirlwind of energy, struggling to maintain his composure. Akane, with a mischievous grin, threatens to spread rumors about the protagonist's secret stash of books, prompting him to reluctantly relent. Her determination is palpable as she bursts into his room with a triumphant, "Coming in." Meanwhile, our hero, caught off guard, can only concede to her bold entrance, acknowledging her relentless spirit. Akane, rummaging under the bed, is surprised to find nothing, while our hero stands confidently, knowing his secrets are secure behind digital locks. Her eyes widen in disbelief, questioning how he managed to hide everything so well. In a moment of playful accusation, she teases him about his reputation, leaving him flustered and defensive. Akane observes the protagonist with curiosity, noting a newfound calmness in his presence. She compares his demeanor to that of her father or uncle, surprised by the pressure she feels. Meanwhile, he reflects on how the past years have matured him, acknowledging the shift in their dynamic. Akane casually makes herself comfortable on the bed, dismissing his protests with a carefree attitude. Our protagonist, slightly exasperated, watches her settle in, his mind racing with mixed emotions as he prepares to leave. He can't help but reflect on the odd charm of her antics, despite the chaos they bring. Akane flops onto the bed with a playful grin, snuggling into the pillow with delight. She giggles to herself, savoring the familiar scent and wondering if she might have been too forward. Meanwhile, her thoughts drift to whether her sudden arrival might have upset him, a hint of concern crossing her mind. Akane lies on the bed, her thoughts swirling with a mix of comfort and unease. She feels an unusual sense of safety around him. Yet something about Shinya feels different, stirring a vague sense of foreboding. Despite these conflicting emotions, she resolves to focus on the present, determined that today is significant. Akane, with a determined glint in her eyes, reassures herself that sticking with him will reveal something important. Despite her lingering unease, she feels confident in her intuition. Meanwhile, Shinya, leaning casually, teases her about being noisy even when alone, his expression a mix of amusement and intrigue. Akane, brimming with enthusiasm, declares it's the perfect day for an exorcism, her confidence shining brightly. Shinya, standing with a relaxed demeanor, muses about the sunny weather not being ideal for a yokai. He then describes the troublesome boar-type yokai, notorious for breaking traps and causing havoc in the mountains. Akane enthusiastically assures Shinya that this mission is for experience. Promising her support, she encourages him to be bold and tackle exorcisms head-on. Confident that with her father's endorsement, Shinya can rise to become an exorcist, Shinya, slightly skeptical, questions the plan's logic, while Akane fondly recalls his past efforts, sparking a sense of nostalgia. Akane, brimming with confidence, suggests using her spiritual power to lure out the yokai, likening it to a delicacy for them. Shinya, slightly doubtful but willing, acknowledges her plan, realizing they'll rely on her unique ability. As they discuss the strategy, the mountainous path ahead seems daunting, yet Akane's enthusiasm remains undeterred. Shinya contemplates the challenge ahead, noting the lower-rank yokai as a perfect test for his abilities. He reassures himself that with Akane by his side, things shouldn't go too wrong. Meanwhile, Akane clutches a map, confident in their teamwork as they venture deeper into the forest. Amidst the chaos of battle, warriors clash fiercely, blurring the lines between allies and enemies. The scene shifts to Shinya and Akane, who discuss the uniqueness of their mission, with Akane confirming it's a personal request from her family. As they prepare to move forward, Shinya snaps out of his thoughts, urged by Akane's call to action. As Shinya and Akane pause on their path, a mysterious figure looms above them, casting an intimidating shadow. Shinya's eyes widen in surprise as the figure mocks him, calling him a failure from the Hashimori clan. Akane, sensing the tension, questions their unexpected encounter, while Shinya steels himself for the confrontation. Our protagonist encounters a formidable group standing atop a rocky ledge, their leader tauntingly questioning the hero's intentions. The tension rises as a companion reacts with shock, while another demands to know the stranger's identities. The atmosphere crackles with uncertainty and potential conflict. The protagonist stands on the rocky ledge, looking down at a confident figure below. With a smirk, the stranger challenges the hero's knowledge of her identity, hinting at her connection to the Hino clan. Meanwhile, the hero's companion expresses confusion, trying to grasp the unfolding situation. The protagonist, unfazed by the stranger's bravado, casually admits to never having seen her before, dismissing her taunt with a light-hearted demeanor. Meanwhile, the stranger's frustration grows, demanding respect and recognition. Nearby, the hero's companion is amused by the exchange, adding to the tension with a chuckle. The protagonist's companion, Shinya, sheepishly admits to recognizing the stranger from a past encounter. Meanwhile, another character insists that Akane should remember the heirs of the 6 houses, highlighting the importance of their connections. The stranger, revealed as Lord Mizunami Ryuki, stands with an air of authority, his lineage as the next head of the water-wielding Mizunami family now clear. The protagonist, with a carefree smile, admits to avoiding formal clan gatherings, leaving them to family members. Meanwhile, Lord Mizunami Ryuki, unimpressed, mocks the protagonist's association with a so-called failure, his words cutting deep. Shinya can't help but laugh at the escalating tension, while the protagonist's companion reacts with fiery indignation. Amidst the tension, the protagonist's companion erupts in frustration, questioning the laughter and demanding loyalty. Meanwhile, Lord Mizunami Ryoki's taunting continues. His words sharp as he points out the protagonist's low spiritual power and failure in mastering the secret art. The protagonist, unfazed, maintains a calm demeanor, while his companion seethes with indignation. The panel delves into the legendary power of the great Onmyoji, Abe no Saimai, renowned for commanding the 12 divine generals. It describes the secret art of the Hashimori, a ritual to summon beings from another world and bind them as guardian spirit beasts. The Hashimori are revealed to possess a unique power to forge pacts with Shikigami, a feat beyond typical exorcists. The protagonist stands resolute, embodying the strength and mystery of the Hashimori, whose power lies in commanding spirit beasts far beyond their own capabilities. A companion, filled with urgency, pleads for restraint, while another figure, eyes wide with mania, challenges the limits of this secret art. The tension escalates as the unique ability to form pacts without limits is revealed, emphasizing why the Hashimori are revered as the strongest. The protagonist stands defiantly, dismissing the taunts about Shinya's inability to summon a beast. A fierce companion leaps to Shinya's defense, angrily confronting the accuser. Meanwhile, another figure, overwhelmed with emotion, insists on the importance of innate talent and spiritual power in the Hashimori lineage. The tension reaches a boiling point as the accuser, eyes filled with disdain, declares that a powerless exorcist is utterly useless, refusing to acknowledge Shinya's worth. Akane, seething with anger, is urged to stop by a concerned companion. Meanwhile, Shinya's ally, filled with frustration, questions if he will simply accept this harsh judgment. Amidst the tension, a figure with an air of authority dismisses the group, declaring their presence unwanted and claiming the mountain's Yoma as their responsibility. Another character, unfazed, retorts with defiance, emphasizing their official mission and challenging the authority of the hero clan over the area. Meanwhile, a third individual questions the motives behind their presence, hinting at deeper clan politics and unresolved matters. The heated exchange intensifies as one character, exasperated, accuses the others of trespassing and threatens to escalate the matter to the Mizunami clan. Meanwhile, another individual with a sly smile warns that curiosity can be perilous, recognizing the potential fallout between the houses. A leader decides to withdraw, declaring their time here wasted. The protagonist stands resolute, his eyes filled with determination, as a heated argument unfolds around him. One character, visibly frustrated, dismisses another with disdain, unwilling to engage further. Meanwhile, a woman demands answers, her voice echoing with urgency, while others react with shock and confusion to the escalating tension. Alarm spreads across the group as a character senses an impending threat, exclaiming that something is approaching. The air is tense with anticipation as the sky darkens ominously, and a figure urgently commands everyone to ready themselves for battle. The ground shakes, and the characters brace for the unknown challenge ahead. A fearsome creature erupts from the earth, its massive form bristling with power and fury. Its eyes gleam with malice as it roars, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. The ground splinters beneath its claws, leaving the protagonist and allies stunned by its sudden appearance. The monstrous creature bursts forth with a deafening roar, its sheer size and power sending debris flying in all directions. The protagonist and their companion are caught off guard, eyes wide with shock and fear as they struggle to comprehend the terrifying sight. A chilling realization dawns as someone exclaims in disbelief, "Demon?" Amidst the chaos, the protagonist clutches his side, questioning if the demons sensed their presence and emerged. Nearby, a companion stands in disbelief, unable to comprehend the demon's overwhelming power. As the dust settles, another ally contemplates the implications, realizing the Mizunami clan's connection to this fearsome creature, pondering if even an elite like Ryoki can handle such a formidable foe. The protagonist stands in disbelief, processing the shocking revelation that the red-faced demon has ascended to the highest rank. Voices echo around him, questioning how such rapid growth was possible, far exceeding their expectations. As he contemplates this alarming development, a chilling realization begins to form in his mind. Amidst the swirling chaos, Ryoki's determination blazes as he refuses to retreat, vowing to confront the monstrous threat head-on. Ignoring the pleas of his companion, he unleashes the formidable Mizunami-style water spirit art. With a fierce cry, he channels his energy into the powerful blade of Blackwater, a testament to his unwavering resolve. Ryoki's attack lands with explosive force, sending shockwaves through the battlefield as the demon roars in pain. His companion watches in awe, exclaiming in disbelief at the success of the strike. Undeterred, Ryoki declares his intent to destroy the creature here and now, his resolve unwavering. Amidst the chaos, disbelief spreads as Ryoki's powerful strike seems to leave the demon unscathed. His companions, rallying around him, urgently call for a barrier to support their leader, determined. They prepare to encircle the beast, their resolve mirroring Ryoki's unyielding spirit. With determination etched on his face, Ryoki calls upon the weapon manifestation. Channeling the Mizunami-style's power, his companion, eyes wide with intensity, shouts encouragement as the energy swirls around them. The air crackles with anticipation as they prepare to unleash the spirit armament manifestation, their resolve unyielding. The demon roars ferociously, its defiance echoing through the chaos. Ryoki, unwavering, summons the circling Stream King's whip. A secret art of immense power, reserved for those with extraordinary spiritual strength. His companions, struggling to maintain their distance, marvel at the demon's resilience, urging caution amidst the unfolding battle. The battlefield erupts in chaos as Ryoki and his companions launch their assault, their weapons clashing against the demon's formidable defenses, amidst the whirlwind of energy and debris. Ryoki's fierce determination blazes as he defiantly challenges the beast, his allies, awestruck by his mastery of the spirit armament manifestation, watch with a mix of hope and apprehension. Wreathed in crimson flames, Akane boldly charges into the fray, determination blazing in their eyes. As one companion acknowledges Akane's audacity, they resolve not to stand idly by. Memories stir as another reflects on Akane's familiar, confident smile, urging caution amidst the chaos. Yashiro Rahito stands with an unwavering determination, his icy resolve evident as he tips his hat, despite his cold exterior. There's a passionate fire within him, making him both formidable and unpredictable. Moroku Kyuji contemplates this complexity, hinting at an understanding of the man's true nature. Yashiro stands defiantly, his clothes tattered but his spirit unyielding. As he faces off against Moroku, the ground beneath him is cracked, a testament to the intensity of their confrontation. Tension fills the air as Moroku questions Yashiro's contradictory stance, challenging his choices with a sharp retort. Yashiro's eyes blaze with fury as he confronts the twisted words of his adversary, who boasts about tormenting others without remorse. His anger reaches a boiling point, causing him to clench his fists tightly, despite the unsettling claim that they share a similar nature. Yashiro's resolve remains unshaken, as he defiantly rejects the notion. Moroku leans forward with a sinister smile, his words dripping with malice as he speaks of a merciless act against someone dear to him. Yashiro stands firm, his expression a mix of shock and defiance. As Moroku hints at taking matters into his own hands, the tension escalates, the cracked ground between them a silent witness to the brewing storm. As Yashiro reflects on the idyllic life that was supposed to be, he clutches an album filled with cherished memories. His adversary mocks the sentimentality, dismissing it with disdain. Meanwhile, a mysterious figure reveals a shocking betrayal, implicating a girl from the Kayagaku clan in a cunning plot. As the tension between the factions reaches a critical point, Moroku taunts Yashiro with a playful yet sinister invitation. His grin wide and unsettling, Yashiro, unwavering, firmly rejects the offer, aware of the danger posed by the Kayagaku clan. As Moroku confidently boasts about his ability to evade consequences, Yashiro can't help but pity those ensnared by Moroku's schemes. Moroku taunts Yashiro with a sly grin, suggesting that a girl, described as cute, will be involved in their plans. Yashiro, visibly angered, accuses Moroku of being the type to exploit innocent people. The tension between them is palpable as Moroku's manipulative nature becomes increasingly evident. Moroku, with a sinister smile, nonchalantly declares his intention to handle the little sacrifices. Meanwhile, Yashiro, determined and resolute, clenches his fist, vowing to save Shino no matter the cost. His eyes burn with resolve, ready to face whatever darkness lies ahead. In the ominous shadows, a resolute vow echoes. Even if it means my own destruction. A determined figure stands before a foreboding location, declaring, "This is the place." The tension is palpable as the group prepares to confront the challenges that lie ahead, each ready to face their own fate. Our hero stands at the edge of the park, noting the stillness of the demonic energy. A companion explains the presence of a high-rank Yuma, suggesting it arrived intentionally. Another ally confirms the strong presence was fleeting, leaving an eerie calm in its wake. The group stands vigilant as one member confidently announces the deployment of a barrier around the park, ensuring the Yuma cannot escape and that innocent people remain unharmed. Another companion questions the adequacy of spiritual power for such a large area, but the response is assertive, emphasizing the priority of their mission. Meanwhile, our hero senses the presence of the Yuma, declaring its arrival with unwavering focus. The monstrous Yuma towers above, its skeletal form casting a menacing shadow over the group. Its piercing shriek echoes through the park, a chilling sound that underscores the threat they face. Our hero stands resolute, ready to confront the terrifying creature head-on. With determination, an ally steps forward, commanding the others to stay back as she prepares her weapon manifestation. Nearby, another member is shocked by the presence of an Oiran mantis in the residential area. Meanwhile, our hero channels their energy, invoking the spirit formation art with fierce resolve. As the battle intensifies, an ally confidently steps forward, determined to prove their worth after a recent favor. With a bold declaration, they leap into action, wielding their weapon with precision. The Yuma looms menacingly, but the ally's fierce resolve and skillful maneuvering promise a formidable counterattack. The ally launches a powerful strike, their weapon slicing through the air with precision. The Oiran mantis recoils, its menacing form momentarily disrupted by the fierce attack. With determination, the ally stands ready, unwavering in the face of the monstrous threat. With a confident grin, the ally taunts the Oiran mantis, declaring its attack too slow. They unleash the Hino-style flame spirit art, sending a fiery projectile hurtling toward the creature. Nearby, an observer watches in awe, marveling at the ally's skillful evasion and mastery of the flame technique. The ally stands poised, their weapon still aflame, as the Oiran mantis writhes in agony, its severed parts burning. Confidently, an observer remarks on the ally's prowess, noting that this Yuma is no match for them. Nearby, another person watches the scene unfold, puzzled by the mantis's persistent gaze in their direction. The grotesque form of the Oiran mantis looms, its sinister nature revealed through a chilling explanation. It is said to embody the grudges of women from tragic pasts, seeking the life force of men to perpetuate its cycle. As the realization dawns, the ally is urged to act swiftly, while another person is shocked, calling out to Hashimori-kun in alarm. The Oiran mantis, with its menacing form, taunts the protagonist, declaring its intent to consume their flesh. Undeterred, the ally boldly steps forward, proclaiming themselves as the true opponent. With fierce determination, they prepare to unleash the divine six-petal, Hino style, ready to strike down the monstrous foe. With a fierce cry, the ally unleashes the crimson cannon halberd, a blazing weapon of fiery energy. The attack surges forward, cutting through the air with explosive force, aimed directly at the Oiran mantis. Onlookers watch in awe and anticipation as the powerful strike threatens to obliterate the monstrous foe. The ally stands confidently, surrounded by the blazing aftermath of their powerful attack. With a triumphant grin, they ask for feedback on their display of strength. An onlooker, clearly impressed, acknowledges the might of the Hino clan, expressing awe at the incredible power unleashed. The air is filled with a sense of relief and camaraderie as the tension from the battle dissipates. One character, exuberant from the fight, expresses their satisfaction, while another teases them about their destructive prowess. Amid the light-hearted banter, an offer for another meal is made, sparking playful protests and laughter among the group. As the night settles, a mysterious figure approaches, greeting the group with an unsettling smile. One of the characters, startled, questions the stranger's identity. Their eyes wide with surprise, the newcomer, unfazed by the tension, remarks on the pleasant evening, adding an air of intrigue to the encounter. The protagonist is taken aback, realizing the stranger must have witnessed the entire battle despite the protective barrier. The mysterious figure, with a confident demeanor, praises the protagonist's impressive use of spirit armament and their swift defeat of the Oiran mantis. Their unsettling smile and casual compliments add to the tension, leaving the protagonist wary and intrigued. The mysterious figure's unsettling smile and teasing words leave the group on edge. As one character questions why their face is so tense, the protagonist, feeling overwhelmed by the stranger's presence, struggles to maintain composure. Meanwhile, another character calls out to Shinya, seeking reassurance amidst the growing tension. The tension escalates as the mysterious figure confronts the protagonist, questioning if they are enemies. With a dismissive smirk, the protagonist retorts, expressing disdain for the stranger's shady demeanor. Meanwhile, a companion reacts with surprise at the unexpected presence of another boy, adding to the charged atmosphere. The protagonist, with a confident smirk, challenges the mysterious figure, accusing them of hiding someone nearby. The stranger acknowledges the protagonist's sharp instincts, impressed by their ability to see through the deception. Meanwhile, another character is taken aback, unable to sense any hidden presence at all. The protagonist, with a determined glare, accuses the mysterious figure of revealing their identity, escalating the tension. The figure, unfazed, taunts back, suggesting it's time for a serious confrontation. Meanwhile, another character sheepishly admits their mistake, adding a hint of levity to the charged atmosphere. As tensions rise, the mysterious figure proposes starting the confrontation, their smirk suggesting confidence. The protagonist, frustrated yet determined, reluctantly agrees to the challenge, warning their companion not to be too harsh. Meanwhile, another character, with a playful demeanor, volunteers to handle the girls, adding a mix of humor to the impending clash. The protagonist and their companions are taken aback as a powerful new barrier is deployed, its energy crackling ominously in the air. One character watches in shock, realizing their own barrier has been destroyed. Meanwhile, another figure taunts the group, boasting about the barrier's ability to gradually drain their spiritual power, adding a sinister twist to the unfolding confrontation. Amidst the chaos, the protagonist charges forward, determination blazing in their eyes, ready to confront the monstrous horde. A defiant voice challenges them to break through, while another character confidently vows to smash the barrier. Nearby, a figure watches with a sinister grin, relishing the impending clash. The scene erupts into chaos as a massive swarm of monstrous insects advances, their sheer numbers overwhelming. One character, aghast, struggles to comprehend the impossibility of such a horde. Meanwhile, a sinister figure taunts the group, revealing the swarm was unleashed specifically for them, adding a chilling layer to the confrontation. A sinister figure taunts with a mocking grin, asserting control over the barrier's fate. Their chilling confidence sends a shiver through the air, as they remind everyone of their power. Meanwhile, Shinya stands resolute, ready to face this new challenge head-on. The air crackles with tension as the massive demon looms, its forehead adorned with a mysterious jewel. Determined, the protagonist declares it's time to slay the beast, while their companion, caught off guard, questions why they haven't fled. Amidst the chaos, the name Shinya is called out in desperation. With a confident smirk, the protagonist stands firm amidst the chaos, declaring they could never abandon their companion. Akane, taken aback by the unexpected loyalty, can only respond with a mix of surprise and admiration. The air is charged with determination as they prepare to face the looming threat together. The protagonist, with a determined gaze, confronts Akane, questioning if she was prepared to sacrifice herself. Akane, flustered and defensive, insists she had a plan to take the demon down with her, even if victory seemed impossible. Amidst the tension, the protagonist shifts focus to a crucial spirit talisman, claiming it as their own, while Akane reacts with frustration and embarrassment. The protagonist casually reveals they could have intervened earlier but chose to watch from the sidelines, not wanting to upset Akane by being saved by a dropout. They mention healing Mizunami and his group, who remain unconscious, and recasting a protective barrier, ensuring the demon's rampage won't spread further. Akane is left in disbelief, questioning when all this was accomplished. Akane, visibly shocked, questions the protagonist's ability to wield such a powerful barrier technique. She exclaims in disbelief about the immense spiritual power emanating from him, recognizing it as being on an entirely different level. Meanwhile, the protagonist stands confidently amidst the chaos, a knowing smile on his face. Akane, stunned, questions how the protagonist managed to block Mizunami's ultimate attack. The protagonist, exuding confidence, suggests that 3 days is enough for a person to change, urging Akane to truly see him now. Despite Akane's disbelief, he casually dismisses her concerns, advising her to leave the rest to him and make some tea. Akane, overwhelmed by the situation, points accusingly, questioning how Shinya can possibly handle the powerful entity when even she and Mizunami failed. Her voice is filled with urgency as she highlights the demon's special rank and the limitations of their spirit talismans. Shinya, calm and composed, is unfazed by her doubts, leaving Akane in suspense about his next move. Shinya, with a confident grin, extends his hand, preparing to unleash his power. Akane, wide-eyed and shouting his name, watches in shock as he fearlessly confronts the overwhelming force. His calm demeanor and the words, "like this," suggest an imminent display of unexpected strength. In a dazzling explosion of energy, Shinya charges forward with unstoppable force, his figure barely visible amidst the blinding light. The demon, caught off guard, braces against the overwhelming power surging towards it. The air crackles with intensity as Shinya's unleashed strength begins to turn the tide of battle. Akane's eyes widen in shock, her voice caught in her throat as she witnesses Shinya's daring assault. The demon looms ominously, its eyes glowing with a menacing light as Shinya charges forward, his energy crackling fiercely around him. The tension in the air is palpable, each moment stretching as the battle reaches a critical juncture. Shinya soars through the air, his form silhouetted against a blinding pillar of light. Below, the demon is engulfed in a violent explosion of debris and energy, its glowing eyes barely visible amidst the chaos. The ground shatters under the force, marking the intensity of Shinya's powerful assault. The ground quakes violently as debris flies through the air. A testament to the sheer force of Shinya's attack, Akane stands stunned, her eyes wide with disbelief at the spectacle before her. Shinya, unfazed by the chaos, explains his straightforward approach, combining physical might with spiritual energy, leaving Akane to marvel at the simplicity and power of his method. Akane stands bewildered, questioning Shinya's true identity as she struggles to comprehend his immense power. Shinya responds with a confident smile, affirming his straightforward nature. Meanwhile, the demon, though battered, rises with a fierce growl, its eyes burning with rage and defiance. The demon, seething with fury, rises from the rubble, its anger palpable. Akane watches in awe, remarking on the demon's rage, while Shinya remains unfazed, ready for the challenge. With a confident smirk, Shinya invites the confrontation, determined to prove his strength in this world. With a fierce determination, Shinya launches himself towards the demon, the ground shattering beneath him from the force. The demon, undeterred, meets his challenge head-on. Its claws tearing through the air, Shinya's confident voice rings out, declaring his intent to test his strength against the formidable foe. Shinya charges with relentless force, his fist connecting with the demon's jaw in a powerful blow. The impact echoes as the demon reels back, its fierce growl turning into a pained roar. Shinya's eyes burn with determination, his confidence unwavering as he continues his assault. Shinya channels his inner strength, focusing his spiritual power within. Despite being unable to release it externally, he uses this energy to fortify his body. With a simple yet potent attack, he strikes with a force infused solely by his spiritual power, leaving the demon reeling. Amidst the chaos of battle, Shinya unleashes a devastating attack, sending debris flying in all directions. The demon roars in defiance, its form battered by the relentless assault. As the dust settles, the potential of Shinya's technique as an effective offensive method against demons becomes clear. Shinya launches himself at the demon with incredible speed, his fist connecting with explosive force. The sheer power of his spiritual energy leaves onlookers in awe, questioning the magnitude of his strength. Amidst the chaos, a voice wonders just how much power Shinya is wielding to create such destruction. Amidst the chaos, Shinya's fist collides with the demon, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. The demon, caught in the devastating impact, is launched backward, debris scattering in its wake. Observers are left in awe, struggling to comprehend the sheer magnitude of Shinya's unleashed power. Amidst the chaos, a figure stands in disbelief, exclaiming in shock at the demon's unexpected resilience. Nearby, Shinya remains focused, his eyes sharp with determination as he warns himself not to be deceived by the monster's cunning. The tension in the air is palpable, as the battle's outcome hangs in the balance. Amidst the ruins, a seasoned warrior stands with arms crossed, exuding confidence as he imparts wisdom to those around him. He emphasizes the importance of timing and precision, noting that even the largest foes can be defeated with a well-placed strike. Nearby, others listen intently, absorbing the strategy that aligns with the principles of heaven, earth, and man. Amidst a lively exchange, Shinya is teased for his lack of skill with weapons, prompting laughter from a companion. A seasoned figure acknowledges Shinya's natural hand-to-hand combat instincts, offering encouragement. Nearby, another suggests with a grin that the solution is simply to try harder, adding a lighthearted touch to the intense atmosphere. Amidst the aftermath of a powerful display, Shinya stands confidently, reflecting on the wisdom imparted by the martial king. A companion rushes towards him, eyes wide with astonishment, questioning the incredible feat just witnessed. Shinya, with a calm demeanor, explains the secret lies in infusing attacks with spiritual power, leaving his friend both awed and eager to learn more. Amidst the swirling chaos, Shinya's companion exclaims in disbelief as a massive force continues to gather power. The scene is tense, with a monstrous figure roaring fiercely, its energy palpable. Shinya stands firm, seemingly unfazed, as he faces the overwhelming spectacle before him. In a burst of energy, Shinya recalls his past as a guardian, a title earned in a formidable party from another world. Despite once being deemed a failure as an exorcist, he reflects on how this identity was etched into his very being. His companion looks on, puzzled by the revelation and the swirling power around them. In the midst of the swirling chaos, Shinya unleashes a formidable protection art, the God-forged spirit vessel. The 12-star spirit talismans, creating a dazzling barrier. His companion, awestruck, calls out his name, sensing the immense power at play. Meanwhile, the monstrous figure looms ominously, its presence a testament to the challenge they face. Shinya stands defiantly before the monstrous figure, his protection art forming a radiant, intricate barrier between them. The air crackles with tension as he challenges the creature with unwavering resolve. His companion watches in awe, the swirling energy a testament to Shinya's formidable power. Shinya gazes up at the monstrous figure, its form erupting with chaotic energy. His expression is calm yet intense, acknowledging the overwhelming power before him. Meanwhile, his companion, slightly relieved, remarks on Shinya's impressive display, hinting at the fierce battle yet to come. Amidst a swirling storm of mystical talismans, the protagonist stands resolute, eyes fierce and determined. Above, a celestial figure emerges from the clouds, its presence commanding and divine. The hero reflects on the power of the 12-star spirit talismans, a formidable arsenal forged through relentless battles. Amidst the aftermath of a fierce battle, the protagonist stands confidently, a smirk on his face as he reflects on his clever use of a reflection. Nearby, a surprised ally questions the sudden turn of events, wondering if their opponent self-destructed. The hero confirms the outcome with a simple, assured response. With a confident smirk, the protagonist taunts their defeated foe, remarking on the sting of their clever tactics. The opponent lies shattered, the remnants of their power crumbling away. The words, "A perfect victory," echo triumphantly, marking the hero's undeniable success. The protagonist, exuding confidence, assures his ally of his capability to handle the situation. Meanwhile, a massive, crumbling enemy looms ominously, its form disintegrating in a chaotic display. The ally, taken aback, questions the unfolding events, seeking clarity amidst the chaos. The massive enemy, thought to be defeated, begins to power up again, its form crackling with renewed energy. An ally, shocked and alarmed, questions the unexpected resurgence. Unfazed, the protagonist confidently declares readiness to face the challenge, determined to see the battle through to its conclusion. The protagonist and ally watch in shock as the massive enemy, now more monstrous than before, lets out a deafening roar. Its grotesque form crackles with dark energy, signaling its terrifying revival. Amidst the chaos, the enemy's power surges, leaving the heroes bracing for the renewed battle. The massive enemy begins to shrivel and collapse, its once formidable form now disintegrating rapidly. An ally, bewildered, exclaims in disbelief at the sight. Meanwhile, the protagonist observes intently, noting the sudden disappearance of the demonic energy. The protagonist and ally cautiously approach the now diminutive enemy, astonished by its drastically reduced size. As they watch, the creature shatters into pieces, leaving them to wonder if its power has finally been depleted. The ally, eyes wide with realization, questions if this marks the end of the monstrous threat. The protagonist and ally stand amidst the settling dust, relieved as the enemy disintegrates. The ally questions the bizarre transformation, while the protagonist speculates that the jewel on the creature's forehead caused its downfall. They ponder the implications of the jewel's power and its rapid, destructive recoil. The protagonist, deep in thought, considers the rapid rise in the demon's rank, speculating on the jewel's role in its transformation. They ponder whether the jewel was an amplification device or a cursed artifact that forced growth. Meanwhile, the ally, startled by the implications, wonders if the jewel was embedded by someone else, leaving them both with more questions than answers. The protagonist acknowledges the lack of information, emphasizing the dangerous power behind the transformation. They warn that if such events become widespread, it will pose a threat beyond just exorcists. The ally, recognizing the urgency, resolves to report the situation to their father, while the protagonist agrees to handle the Hashimori. The protagonist, with a sly grin, acknowledges the complexity of the situation, expressing doubt that their explanation will be believed. They propose a plan to attribute the demon's demise to self-destruction, suggesting that Akane's actions bought enough time for it to happen. Akane, shocked and indignant, protests against taking credit, dismissing the idea as foolish. Akane, visibly frustrated, demands that Shinya reveal his true power to everyone. Questioning why he would hide it, Shinya, trying to calm her down, insists that things will go more smoothly if Akane takes the credit for now. He argues that no one would believe the truth anyway, especially since Mizunami didn't witness his fight. Akane, with fiery determination, urges Shinya to seize the opportunity to prove his strength and silence those who doubted him. Shinya, unfazed, dismisses the idea, refusing to stoop to what he considers a pathetic level. He stands firm, unaffected by the prospect of vindication through others' opinions. Akane, her voice filled with urgency, confronts Shinya, questioning the source of his newfound strength. She insists that he has nothing to fear now that he possesses such power. Shinya, with a calm demeanor, reassures her that he didn't obtain his abilities through any dishonest means, though he cryptically admits to a shameful secret he can't share, doubting anyone would believe him even if he did. Shinya reflects on his extraordinary journey, having been summoned to another world and enduring a 5-year quest alongside fellow heroes. He reveals the bizarre twist of returning home only 5 minutes after he left, now 5 years younger, thanks to a god's intervention. As he contemplates the incredulity of his tale, Akane demands a full explanation, while Shinya muses about the disbelief such a story would normally evoke. Shinya announces his intention to take down the barrier, warning Akane to stay alert as they are being watched. Akane, surprised, questions the connection to a mysterious jewel. Shinya confirms her suspicions, explaining that monitoring the situation was why he refrained from joining the battle. Shinya, with a determined expression, acknowledges the challenge of capturing their elusive observer, someone adept at manipulating spirit energy. Akane, eager yet concerned, suggests it might be the perfect chance, but Shinya warns of the unknown factors at play. Despite the temptation, he admits the difficulty due to their mysterious nature, leaving Akane questioning his ability to handle the situation. Shinya, with a calm demeanor, explains that he's incorporated Injiojutsu into the Star Spirit Talisman, ensuring they remain unseen by their observer. Akane, impressed yet skeptical, questions Shinya's identity due to his mastery of advanced techniques. Shinya, unfazed, offers to reveal more, hinting at deeper secrets. Shinya, caught off guard by Akane's playful teasing about their past encounters, reacts with surprise and embarrassment. Akane, with a mischievous grin, reminds him of their awkward first meeting, prompting Shinya to plead for secrecy. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to a serene landscape where Shinya, now composed, advises caution, leaving Akane to reflect on the situation with a mix of relief and introspection. Amidst the rocky terrain, Shinya and Akane stand facing each other, the tension between them palpable. Akane, with a mix of curiosity and frustration, demands to know Shinya's true intentions. Shinya, maintaining his composure, admits uncertainty but expresses a desire to avoid further complications. Shinya, with a resigned sigh, acknowledges the mounting challenges he faces, realizing that even in this world, his tasks are far from over. Meanwhile, Akane senses a formidable presence, noting the emergence of a demon that has reached a special rank. The weight of their responsibilities looms large as they prepare for what lies ahead. In a dimly lit room, two figures engage in a tense conversation. One criticizes the group's failure to defeat the demon, questioning the rumored talents of the Hino girl. The other defends her efforts, noting her bravery despite the demon's self-destruction, while a small creature rests peacefully nearby, adding an air of calm to the charged atmosphere. In the Byakurendu, the White Lotus Hall, an octagonal chamber hosts a secretive meeting of the Hakai Guji, the 8 Realms Council, representatives from the 6 Pinnacle Houses, the non-resident Hashimori, and a temporary party of government VIPs gather around a mystical symbol. A frog-like creature observes the proceedings, acknowledging the truth of the situation with a knowing expression. In the dimly lit chamber, a masked figure dismisses the abilities of a boy, expressing indifference and low expectations. A frog-like creature humorously acknowledges the matriarch's displeasure, while a large cat observes with a calm demeanor. Amidst this, the council is reminded of the tradition of using shikigami as proxies, as the meeting continues with a mix of tension and humor. In the solemn chamber, questions arise about the identity and intentions of a mysterious enemy. A council member speculates about a sinful cabal and a new power rising, suggesting the recent incident was merely experimental. Meanwhile, a large cat asserts the provocation of tampering with the seal of the 6 houses, feeling the council is being underestimated. In the chamber, a determined voice declares they will not be outwitted by the Ayakashi. A young figure holding a small creature acknowledges their limited intelligence but sees the enemy's move as an opportunity. The large cat, resting calmly, agrees, emphasizing the need to maintain their strategic advantage and prevent the enemy from gaining ground. In the shadow of a grand, ancient church, a solemn figure stands before the altar, absorbing the gravity of the moment. The air is filled with a resolute declaration: "We are the Exorcists, those who are destined to conquer the Ayakashi." The figure quietly acknowledges the weight of this destiny, contemplating the path ahead. A figure named Jinga stands before a superior, recounting a troubling encounter. They explain that a powerful barrier was deployed, preventing them from observing the events within. Despite this, they confirm the red-faced demon's formidable power, noting its increased strength during the battle. Jinga, filled with remorse, offers to accept any punishment for the inconclusive intelligence gathered. The superior, calm and composed, assures Jinga that it won't be necessary, understanding the situation. They discuss the demon's inability to withstand rapid transformation, acknowledging the need for continued experimentation and adaptation over time. A tense scene unfolds as a superior inquires about the exorcists involved. Jinga reports that several were from the Mizunami clan, including the clan head's son, but they were swiftly defeated. Meanwhile, a mysterious figure is mentioned, possessing a low spiritual power, yet something unusual about his spirit hints at hidden potential. A contemplative figure gazes downward, pondering the implications of recent events. A subordinate approaches, questioning if something is amiss, but the leader dismisses the concern as trivial, despite acknowledging the impossibility of cooperation among the 6 houses. The leader remains confident in their ability to eliminate any threat, even if alliances were formed. Rokudu Jenna stands confidently, dismissing the likelihood of the Hashimori clan's involvement. Despite their formidable reputation as the strongest exorcists, he acknowledges the potential threat they pose, especially with their powerful guardian spirit beasts. Yet, he remains vigilant, declaring his unwavering caution in the face of such power. The Kayagaka clan stands as the revealed target of vengeance, their resolve unwavering. A determined figure warns of the impending war, vowing to drag their enemies into the depths of despair. The atmosphere is tense, foreshadowing the chaos to come.